adjudicators that might be in the room this evening that don't have as many runs on board as all of you. Is there any piece of advice that you have for them embarking on their adjudication journey?
Don't read decisions from people on the smaller matters would be my recommendation. Read the decisions on the larger matters because you're much more likely to get a proper, wholesome view, I guess, or review of the matter. I think it seems to me that some of the smaller decisions perhaps are swayed by the low fixed fees, and given the number of issues that sometimes come up in those ones, or almost always come up, you're working for a pittance. So it seems to me that gets reflected in the decisions and people are unlikely to challenge them. So you're not going to, that seems to come across sometimes. I think that the chances of the parties actually challenging it are pretty low. So I think don't read the small ones, read the bigger ones from like these guys to really understand the process.
If you're a baby adjudicator, and sorry to use that language, but even there's baby judges, there's baby barristers, there's baby everything. If you're a baby adjudicator, get yourself a parent, get a mentor, get somebody who can guide you, can help you, and is readily available. I'm proud to say that I have been a mentor. I'm not always available, but when I am, you take the time and help your underling, for want of a better word, to work through the issues and be able to understand exactly what you're dealing with.
And read court decisions.
Absolutely, read court decisions, but be careful. But be careful in reading the court decisions that you do understand what the court decision is all about. There's the basic principle called the ratio des adendi. That is what the case stands for, not what is called obiter dicta, which is just a judge making a comment on the side. Sometimes persuasive, but in no way, shape or form a statement of what the law is.
And understand the intricacies and what the case turns on. The amount of stuff that's come out that I've read around the decision for percentage complete is staggering. If you read the decision, it does not say what I've seen written on a heap of law firms' websites.
But I think also the new adjudicators also have to be practical. Just looking at the stats published in the QBCC's annual report, I think there were approximately 420 adjudications last year. There were 152 registered adjudicators, of which the majority were small adjudications. The small adjudications below 750 averaged about 2,500 per adjudication. Do the maths. I think I also support where Michael's coming from about good adjudicators and continuing. It's within yourselves to continue to be trained and do that, but in that there's a cost, and also looking at that in the cost and also the numbers of adjudications that you'll realistically get over the next coming years, unless of course we can get domestic building as part of the jurisdiction.
Sorry, could I just add something else? And in picking up on what Tracey said about reading the cases, I said about getting yourself a mentor. I'm going to sort of puff my own feathers here for a moment. Those of us who are lawyers and adjudicators, get yourself a mentor who is a lawyer adjudicator, because often you can read these cases and have no idea what they're actually talking about, and then you apply that law and you can get it wrong. It is often necessary to be able to get a clear picture on what those cases really do mean. And often that can only be obtained, and not always the case. I'm not taking away from Michael or, for Warren or Colin, but it sometimes requires the input of a lawyer who's been practicing in the area for several years to be able to properly, fully understand what cases are all about. You will often see it in Supreme Court matters and in courts of appeal matters where submissions are being made as to a particular meaning to be attributed to a case where the judge turns around and says, no, that's not the meaning that's attributed to it at all. And this is coming from quite experienced advocates.